Hi guys, welcome to the Biking Tech instructional video. Today I'll be taking apart the Lewis lever and showing you how to change the lever blade, the piston inside and this diaphragm. Stay tuned and watch this video. So to start off, the first thing we're going to do is go through the tools you will need. So we need a needle nose plier, a T15, T10, 1.4mm Allen key, 2mm Allen key, and some kind of picking tool. Different varieties. So step number one is to remove this adjuster dial here, and there's a small Allen key here. This is a 1.4mm. It shouldn't be very tight, and you don't need to take it all the way out, you just need to loosen it. This might already be loose. If not, you can, through this space here in the lever, clamp the shaft. Once clamped, you are able to remove or start to de-thread this part, and just keep going until it comes off completely, like so. Next step is to loosen the screws on the lever on both sides. Using the T15, hold the lever tight. And the same on the other side. Now the lever is loose, using a 2mm Allen key, and we want to actually do this clockwise, like tightening up the adjustment screw, and you'll see it's coming closer to the end of the thread, and just keep on going, and you should be able to slide the lever out. Continue to unwind until it comes out completely. There we go. Lever is out. The next step is to remove this piston rod, and this is held in place by a C-clip inside. So this is where the picks come in handy. It's difficult to see, but there is a small C-clip in there, and there are some little tiny holes, and if you wedge it in one of the holes and try and pull it out, then the whole assembly will come out like that, and you have C-clip plus the piston and the rod. Now, in order to get the piston out, we'll need to remove the hose attachment. So if that's on, you're going to need an 8mm spanner and loosen that off. And here, then you can use the 2mm to gently push the piston out from inside. Finally, we can remove the top cap using a T10 piece. And we also have the bleed screw. If you have a service kit, you can go and change the O-ring. You can change the O-ring on here, change the diaphragm, remove the seals from the piston, or change the piston completely with the kit. And also you can change the O-ring on the hose connector. So once you've changed all of them, it's time to put it back together. So remembering that the logo faces away from you, you want to first align the seal and all of everything around the brake so there's no seals sticking out anywhere, and just with a little bit light pressure, wiggle it, a little bit light pressure, you can wiggle it until it finds its position to sit. And once it's in position, hold it lightly and tighten the screws. Now this is a very delicate part. The screws need to be done to a very low torque, about 2 Newton meters. So don't do it too hard or the bolts can break. We can go ahead and insert the bleed screw. And then the piston. Now you want to have the seals of the piston with a little bit of oil, and that will help for it to slide in there. And you want it the spring side first, and just with a little bit light pressure and jiggling around, you will find the first seal goes in, and then the second one should be a bit easier. So now the piston freely moves in and out and has a lot of resistance with the spring. So this is the tricky part. You want to assemble the rod in the same way it came out, so with the washer on the end and the C-clip also there. And it would be difficult to show you this, but you basically can use the rod to push it down, to push the piston down. You can put some pressure with your finger, and then with the tool try to find the groove inside for the C-clip. You should have heard a nice click, and the C-clip is inside, and this should press, and the piston should press in but not be able to come out. And inside the C-clip should be nicely seated straight in the hole. The next step is to assemble the lever back, and we're just doing the same steps but in reverse. So you want to find where the thread goes in, and it's probably best to try to start it by hand. Once you have a few threads in there like that and it's not coming off, you won't be able to carry on spinning it because it's going to get too close to the lever and could get damaged. So at that point you get your 2mm and we have to go the opposite way now. We have to go anti-clockwise. And we'll just go all the way in until the lever is roughly around there. It does not really matter where you stop. You just want to be able to line the holes up so that you can do up the lever. The hole here where the screws go in should line up. Using the T15, gently back it off until you feel it's in the right position, and you can start to do it up. So not to cross thread anything. Okay, leave a little bit loose. Same thing here, just find the hole, make sure it's correctly aligned, and slowly do it up. This one can be fully tight. So these are a bit tighter, they can go up to like 6 Newton meters. And now the lever should be back to working. We want to have a little bit more thread here, so we can just use this adjustment to spin the spindle. Okay, now we have a lot of room there. We can put the dial back on. Spin that back on all the way. If you want to, you can also hold the shaft like we did earlier, and then make sure it's all the way down. It does not need to be tight, because once you tighten this screw, it will be locked into place. So just make sure that little screw is tight, but not overly tight, so just using the short end is enough. And there we have it. Our Lewis lever is back and better than ever. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hit a like and subscribe, and if there's any other videos you'd like to see, make sure you put it down in the comment. Thank you very much.